What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Sports here, back with another video, and today is the final installment of my top 10 week, the third video. If you haven't seen my other two, my first video was on my top 10 favorite non-Raptor NBA players. My second video was my top 10 favorite non-Blue Jays MLB players, and today is my top 10 non-Leafs in the NHL. So just like my other video, I'm gonna be telling you my honorable mentions first, then I'm gonna go into my top 10. But like I said, if you haven't seen the other two, go ahead and check those ones out. Like I said, this is the last video for this series. Then I'm gonna be getting into some other content. I actually just got a new camera as well. I'm gonna be making a video on all of my new Toronto Maple Leaf merchandise, and actually in this shot you can't tell, but I got my jersey done finally, and that video is over 2,000 views, I believe. So thank you guys for getting me there for that video. So like I said in that video, guess which name I got on the back. So if you want to guess again, you can, or you can go back to that video where I unboxed this, unbagged it, whatever, and you can check. So I always say this, but I'm going to try to keep it short, but that never works. So I'm going to go a little bit quicker here. Now I do have more honorable mentions in this one, and in the last couple videos the honorable mentions have been really short, so I was able to put up all the pictures, but in this video I'm just going to do the pictures for the top 10 because there's way too many honorable mentions, because I mean, hockey's my favorite sport, so it was hard to pick. So my honorable mentions: non-Leafs, Corey Perry, Brent Burns, Jonathan Toews, Nathan MacKinnon, Tyson Barrie, Tyler Seguin, Matthew Dumba, or Matt Dumba, I don't even know why I said Matthew, Patrice Bergeron, which is surprising, Steven Stamkos, John Tavares, Marc-Andre Fleury, and Braden Holtby. I keep looking down because I have my paper here. I can't memorize that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to get into my top 10 now. Number 10 is Connor McDavid, aka Connor McJesus. Come on, listen, how much do I really have to say about this guy? Like, he's one of the best players in the NHL right now. He's turning heads literally every game, and not just turning heads of hockey fans, he's turning heads of defensemen because he blows right past them. And he's got some of the silkiest smooth hands in the entire league. I mean, I'm sure he would have beat the fastest skater record if he hadn't had to stand on his frickin' skates there. Meanwhile, Larkin gets the head start. He's one of the best in the NHL, youngest captain in NHL history. He's going to do big things, and he already is, but I mean, he's going to do big things. He's going to win a cup. I mean, they got to get some more players in Edmonton, but I mean, God, how can you hate the guy? Number 9, a guy that you can hate. A lot of hockey fans do hate him, but again, like I said in my other two videos, this is a personal opinion. My favorite players. This isn't the top 10 best players in the NHL. These are my favorites, whether it's I like their skill personally or their former Leafs, just like this guy, former captain, double Dion Phaneuf. Now, a lot of people do not like this guy. A lot of people think he's a pylon. Personally, I think he's doing pretty awesome in Ottawa for what his role is now. Let me just say this real quick. I never made a video on this, but maybe in the future I will. I'm not sure. If people are interested, let me know. I want to make a video on why Dion Phaneuf and Phil Kessel were treated so poorly and misunderstood by Leaf fans, because Dion Phaneuf did not walk into Toronto and say, "Make me the captain." Dion Phaneuf did not walk into Toronto and tell all of Toronto media to make me the focal point and say I'm a #1 defenseman. He didn't. They told him that. So, I mean, I love Dion. The guy can throw massive hits, and Dion Phaneuf also didn't walk in and say, "Give me all this money," and, you know, say that's it or it's nothing else. The Leafs gave him the money that he wanted, probably. I doubt he asked for more than that. Like I said, it's my personal opinion. I like Dion Phaneuf. Number 8, Sidney Crosby. A lot of people probably have him way higher in their top 10, but again, this is personally how much I like these players. But Sidney Crosby is the best player in the world. Again, just like Connor McDavid, Crosby is just unreal. The guy does stuff that people can't even imagine doing. He scores goals from everywhere, on his knees, behind the back, whatever he does. He's one of the best playmakers ever. The guy can spot anybody. You blindfold Crosby, he's still scoring 2 goals and 3 assists. He's amazing. Best player in the world. Number 7, Drew Doughty. Now, where I'm from, Guelph, Drew played in Guelph, and he was the captain for the Guelph Storm. I have a picture with him as well when I was really young. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it in this video because I gotta edit real quick. This has to be uploaded. But I met him at a really young age. I watched him play at a really young age. I seen him in junior. I loved him since then. I have a stick signed by him. Actually, it's hanging up here somewhere. Actually, it's just over there. But one day I'll show you guys the signatures on there. I have like Ryan Parent, Matt D'Agostini, who had a short run, Drew Doughty, Ryan Callahan, like a bunch of like either really good NHLers or like decent ones, or guys that barely made it. But anyways, they went a lot farther than I am. But Drew Doughty, again, just one of the best defensemen in the NHL. I love the way he plays the game. And I mean, if you've seen this guy talk trash, it's actually so funny. I mean, you gotta go on YouTube and look at it. I'm sure some hockey fans have seen it, but Drew Doughty's a great hockey player, a really good scorer as a defenseman. He's great with the puck, quick on his feet, and I'm just a fan of him. And this is a guy who I really was upset to put him at this position, but Jarome Iginla at number 6. Now, the reason he's there is because over the years, I've paid attention to other guys on this list, but Jarome Iginla always has a special spot in my heart. I really want him to win a Stanley Cup. I was really hoping it was going to be in Calgary. I mean, that series against Tampa years ago now. Was that like 04 or something like that? 04, 05? I can't remember. But, man, that was a heartbreaker. I was cheering for Jarome. I still love the guy. The guy needs to win a Stanley Cup. Like, just trade him to Pittsburgh or Washington or something. Like, just... I don't know how they'll find the cap. I don't know what they got to do. But Jarome, these GMs need to find a way to get Jarome on his cup-winning team. The guy is such a good player, a legendary Hall of Fame player. What else can you say about the guy? He's a class act. He's one of the best in the NHL. Number 5, Carey Price. Now, I am a Leaf fan, and Carey Price is the enemy. But, man, he is the best goalie in the world. When he plays for Team Canada, I have a million reasons why I can cheer for him. You know what? You don't teach that kind of stuff. Carey Price is just absolutely unbelievable. He stops pucks, again, like people have no business stopping. And he's a really good playmaker as a goalie. And, I mean, like I said, he's incredible. I'm a big fan of the way he's positionally, because I'm a goalie and I'm a nerd when it comes to how goalies play the game. I love the way he positions himself in the net. I love the way he's calm, cool, and collected, something that I had trouble with over the years when I was in net. Staying calm, staying on my feet. He's a great goalie, and I really respect his game for sure. What time are we at here? 8 minutes. Alright, so number 4, another goalie, a guy that will always be in my heart as one of my favorites as water goes through over there. James Reimer, number 34, formerly on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Man, this guy is an absolute class act. One of the best that the Leafs had in a while. Just such a nice guy. Recently, he just funded some hockey camp, I think, that he started for a bunch of kids, and they all got Bauer equipment. But when he played in Toronto, man, I was so mad when they got Bernier because I think that he was thrown under the bus. I love James Reimer, and I just hope for success for him in the future. I know he's not doing all that hot in Florida. I haven't watched it in a little bit, but I know he was struggling a little bit earlier. So, you know what, James, thank you for everything in Toronto, and I'm a big fan still, and I love the guy. I still have his jersey. I have all of his merchandise, cups, everything. It's just like Steve Dangle's love for him. I just love the guy. I think he's fantastic. Great human being. Number 3, PK Subban. Man, this guy is so much fun to watch. I know a lot of people don't like PK for some reason, and I mean, I'm gonna bite my tongue here, but I think the deal that we looked at, I mean, I guess I'm not really wrong yet, but I think that Montreal might have won the trade, even though I said that Nashville did. But I did say in the video currently that Montreal won the trade because Weber is better right now, but Subban is one of the best guys to watch. I mean, the guy is an absolute clapper from the point. He's exciting. He just gets you going. You know what? He's gonna get so good in Nashville next year. The next couple of years, it's gonna be great for Nashville to have PK. He's a great guy to have. He's a great leader. I think that's really, really, really wrong of the media. There's some media that doesn't look at him as a leader. I personally do. and he's amazing. Number 2, Alexander the Great, Alexander the Grade 8, Alex Ovechkin. I mean, what more do you got to say about this guy? At number 2 on my list, like, again, the one-timer, the speed, the hands, one of the best players to ever play the game. Him and Crosby are absolutely insane, and I'm so glad I got to grow up and watch them play, because, like, from the start, like, that goal that he scored against the Coyotes where it was around his head, and, like, what? Like, I don't get it. Like, I have all of his stuff. After I seen all of the goals he was scoring early in his career, I bought the DVDs, the t-shirts, the plaques, the jerseys, everything. And if you think I'm joking, if you guys want to see that in a video, I'll show you all my Ovechkin merchandise. Like, literally to my left right now, just looking down here, I have a plaque and a big huge figurine of Ovechkin, and a jersey to my right of Ovechkin. Like, 2 of them actually, his Winter Classic and the red one. Like, I love the guy. I think he's a fantastic hockey player. One of the best of all time. Maybe the most lethal scorer in NHL history right now. Me personally. Again, just an amazing player, and also a class act off the ice. Something that's really underrated for Ovechkin. Now, my number 1 favorite player, non-Leaf, is Phil Kessel. Now, again, a guy that everybody loves to hate. Phil the Thrill, baby. He is absolutely incredible on Pittsburgh. I loved him in Toronto. Another guy, like I said earlier, him and Phaneuf, just, you know, they were thrown into the spotlight and said, you know what, Phil, guess what? You're a number 1 guy now, and you need to score lots of goals or else we're screwed. Now, let me ask you guys a question here. Phil Kessel, no disrespect, played with Jason Blake. Jason Blake. Now tell me, should a scorer at that point in Jason Blake's career, like a player like Kessel, be playing with a guy like that? And are you going to be like, hey Kessel, we need like 35 goals out of you, 40 goals? No. That's not how it works. You need to put good players around him, and that was the problem in Toronto. He didn't have the right role, first of all, and second of all, I mean, the best players he played with was like what, JVR and Bozak? Like, that was the best guys he played with? Come on, man, you got to be kidding me. At Pittsburgh, he's a Stanley Cup champion, just like Dangle says. Phil Kessel is a Stanley Cup champion. I love that video that he did with Crosby, and they both just kind of turned and looked at the camera like, come on. The guy is absolutely insane. He's on the HBK line. I'm a wrestling fan, so that was pretty cool when all that was going on, and the Shawn Michaels stuff, and that was pretty cool. But again, Phil has got the most lethal snapshot wrist shot combo in the league. Just, he rips it. He absolutely rips the net when he shoots that puck. And I think also another thing that's underrated is his speed. I know he's not a physical guy, but he makes up for that with his speed and, like I said, his goal scoring abilities. So yeah, I mean, that's my top 10. I'm a big fan of Phil Kessel. That's why he's number 1. Again, like I said in my last couple videos, leave your top 10s down below. I really want to hear them. If you guys like this video, like the video, subscribe if you want to, leave comments, whatever you want to do. I'll be back again probably with my new camera, making a video on all my Toronto Maple Leafs new logo merchandise, because I've got quite a lot of it already, and I want to see the stuff that you guys have got. So you can tweet me at Andy Piluk, or you can go on my Facebook account, Andrew Piluk Sports. Got some cool content on the way. There's actually a second YouTube channel that I'm going to be doing soon too. So I'll tell you guys more about that in my next video, possibly, or maybe in 2 videos, not sure. And this is perfect timing because now there's going to be noise in the background, so I better stop this video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.